Hi guys, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Paula Ngatha, and today I'm hanging out with the one and only Robert Munuku.
Hi guys, hi, how are you? Nice to be here. Thank you for having me.
You're welcome. Now, tell us, I know you work with films and everything. Just tell us a little bit before we start.
Basically, let me just say who I am. I am a visual artist, I'm a writer, I'm also a filmmaker. I also happen to work with an organization called Munuku Arts, as you can see the t-shirt. We are a production company. We produce arts, not just film, although because we do so many films, it has become, we've become synonymous with film production, but we are not really a film company. We are actually a creative company. We deal with film, we deal with performing arts like music and theater, and we also deal with visual arts like photography, design, and even graffiti. So basically that's what we do as Munuku Arts as a company. And my role in the company, obviously, as I'm the team leader, but as myself, I'm also a writer. I also was a visual artist for a very long time. And now I'm more of directing and doing films.
Fantastic. So if you're a videographer, photographer, musician, actor or actress, keep watching because we're about to go to 90 seconds with him and we can learn more about him and any opportunities that may be out there for you. All right? You ready?
Yes, I'm good.
Let's go. Okay, so now Robert, tell me about your best film theory concept.
Well, for films, I'm usually, not even just films, creative, I'm not so into sticking to one thing. I always say, there's a friend of mine, he's a photographer, and he told me once that learn the rules so that you can break them. And for me, any theory that actually works for anything you do, creative venture, be it film or anything, is one where you learn it, you own it, and then you dismantle it and make it your own. So for me, I'm always very adaptive. I don't like sticking to rigid theories or rigid rules. At the same time, you don't do away with them. You learn how things have been done, and once you get to know how they've been done, you own it for yourself, and then you create your own way of doing things.
Okay. Do you think life is really difficult for creatives right now, especially with the corona period and all?
Yes, I mean, things are very hard, especially for artists, because artists usually depend on platforms where they have to interact with other people, and because of the lockdown ever since March, this has become difficult to have people convening, especially musicians who've been having concerts. Like we know, gigging is one of the main sources of income for performing artists, and not just musicians, even playwrights and actors in play. So if you cannot have a theater play with people showing up, how will you make your money? So this has been really tough. Again, the restrictions have become easier over time, but when it began, we had a complete lockdown on any gathering, and you cannot make a film without a crew, and you cannot have a crew if you're not convening. So for creatives, this has really been hard hitting, and I mean that's basically something which we hope that will be overcome as the days come.
Yeah, that's true. So what advice would you offer yourself 5 years ago? Like at ukijangalia saizi, and then you look at 5 years ago, what advice would you have given yourself?
I would say be more bold in doing things rather than wishing to do them. I think many times the things I put on hold are shelved. If I could give myself advice, I would tell myself, do those things that you shelved, or do those things that you're inclined to fear to do, because you'll always regret what ifs, but you'll never regret doing something. Even if you fail, you'll fail and then you'll be like, okay, so I failed, but I learned. But now if you say, what if I acted? I always wanted to be an actor. Yeah.
Okay, and in regard to that, what's the biggest what if in your mind?
There's so many. Like, to be honest, my mind goes crazy with creativity. And this might surprise you. When I was in high school, towards the end of the last 2 years of high school, I was actually into rap music and hip hop. So I used to actually do a lot of rap. I used to do covers for hip hop artists like Tupac, Biggie, all these 90s generation artists. So the what if, it's not a regret, but there's a what if I became a rapper or a hip hop artist. So yeah, that's one.
Oh my goodness. All right, tell me about a girl who broke your heart.
That is a subject for another day. I don't know if I can say that, but well, let me just give a very short reply to that one. Well, I think there's a time when I think I'm a stickler to detail, and I'm a stickler to time, and I'm a stickler to people who take things seriously. So there's once when I went on a date a long time ago, over 10 years ago. I went on a date with someone who was constantly on their phone. And it made me like, why are we on a date if you're always on your phone?
Yeah,
and her face was like sunk into her phone throughout the whole date. So yeah, that was really...
Because when you're going for a date, you're really going for quality time, right?
Yeah, and you're going to get to know someone, but they're getting to know their mobile phones. So, yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Okay, what's your favorite junk food?
Junk food, love. Well, let's see. I like so many kinds of junk. I like pizza one. I like chicken. Does that sound cliche? Like grilled chicken.
No,
I like
it's not.
Galito's grilled chicken. I think that's as much junk as I can get, but I'm not so much of a sweet tooth. Yeah, but there's a bakery called She Bakes, which is really good. You should check it out. She Bakes 254. Those are the cakes which I really like. If I have to be a sweet tooth, that's something. But I'm not really a sweet tooth. But if it has to be something sugary,
It
cakes.
has to be She Cake.
Yeah, She Bakes
Or
254.
She Bakes,
Yeah,
okay.
exactly.
Do you think one lifetime is enough?
I don't want to say no, but the answer is actually no for me. Because I feel I want to do so much, and and there's so much that can be done, but one lifetime is not enough to do all those things. So the best we can do is make the most of the lifetime we have. So the answer is no.
Okay, do you own a pair of pink boxers?
No.
White boxers?
No.
White boxers?
No.
Black boxers?
No. You're really going with plain colors.
Okay, now
Yeah.
what would you like to ask yourself?
Myself. There's so many questions I always ask myself. Maybe I would ask myself if I'm too ambitious with what I'm planning for the next few years, because I have all these things lined up, and I very often go to bed and I think of all these things, and sometimes I ask myself, am I being too ambitious? Are these things realistic? So, and yeah, that's something I ask myself quite a lot.
Okay, now tell us about any opportunities that may be there for creatives, actors, actresses, musicians, photographers, anyone in your Mau Mau Arts or in any other organization. I know you've worked with Kenya KFC and Flown Initiative, among many others.
Yeah.
So what opportunities are there?
What I can say is, in this world, the world is changing at a fast rate, so you need to be consciously aware of these opportunities and search for them. Opportunities will not get to you. As Zain Asha once said in her TED Talk, success is opportunity meeting preparedness. So preparedness here means looking for these opportunities. I know, for example, Kenya Film Commission have a number of opportunities on their social media pages posted every day, including one we got recently, that is a COVID-19 awareness grant for filmmakers. And many times people don't know these things exist, and it's because they don't search for them, or they do not position themselves to get them. Yeah. So the opportunities are there. Excuse me. They're not as many as we would hope them to be, but they're there. And I would urge any young creative to network. Ujuana, usinyamazi usikae nyumbani. Get to join WhatsApp groups if you're an actor for casting calls. Mau Mau Arts, for example, like you already know we exist. If you don't, it's good you know now. We post opportunities on our pages of gigs we get where we hire people, and also social enterprise projects where we need to partner with people. So
That's
just
fantastic.
changamka. That's the word.
Fantastic. So now tell me, who's your role model?
Wow. I mean, I that's really hard. I mean, there are so many role models I have based on different aspects of my life and different things that I do. My mother, for one, is a role model to me. Yeah, because I would attribute a lot of the discipline that I have in approaching life, not necessarily film or anything artistic, but life, me as Robert, I attribute a lot of my discipline to how my mom lived her life.
So sweet.
Yeah, and it's not really that she sat me down and said, Robert, this is how you should be disciplined. It was more of observation, and I think for me that is my greatest role model.
Fantastic. If you had to be someone for a day, who would you be?
If I had to be somebody for a day, it would have to be something and someone I cannot be in this lifetime. Remember, you asked me how many lifetimes we wish we had.
Yeah.
So I would wish to be so many things. Like I would want to be a deep sea diver for a day. because I know that's something I'll never be in my lifetime. Or I would want to be what? Like, I want to be an NBA player.
Nice.
Yeah, like, that's something I know I'll never be. How does it feel? Because I played basketball in school. So what's the life of an NBA player? I would also want to be, a doctor. Like, these people have lives in their hands. What does it mean to be a doctor? What's the pressure of a doctor or a nurse taking care of people? So I really appreciate all professions, and I admire them, and I give them their due credit, because I know no matter what you do out there, there's nothing easy, and there's nothing that's not important.
That's true. Yeah. Thank you so much for your time, Robert. That's all the time we had today. So maybe you can give us your social media handles, and we can go there and probably look for opportunities as we follow you as well. Okay, sure. Thank you also for having me, Paula, and this is really brilliant. Follow Mau Mau Arts, as it sounds, MAUMAUARTS. At Mau Mau Arts, that's on Instagram and Twitter. Mau Mau Arts, as the word sounds, on Facebook and YouTube. Thank you. You're welcome. Yeah. So thank you so much. That's all the time we had today with Robert. As you can see, I am very tall. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel and also follow Mau Mau Arts. And until next time, bye-bye.